ICT Web Authoring Basics Part 2. We will continue on what we have said in Part 1. Actually, we have these files. We have a file called home.htm, and this file has some text. This text is heading 1. This text is style heading 2, and heading 3, 4, 5, 6. We also have a style sheet created and attached. This is the style sheet. In this style sheet, we have a definition for H1. We have a definition for H2. We have a definition for P. P is paragraph. So this definition for H1 is affecting this text because this text is in H1. This definition for H2 is affecting here this text because this text is heading 2. The definition for P is affecting this because this is paragraph. What else do we have? We have body background color. We have body background color. This background color. Okay. I think I would like to speak a bit about tables and table styles. Because in web authoring, you need to divide the page into regions. Probably you do this using a table. Let us build a table. Let us play with the options. Let us merge cells and play with options in the table. And let us, and then we do styles. We do table styles. Okay, first let us draw a table. So if you'd like to draw a table, the first thing you need to decide in the table is the number of cells and the number of columns you will have. If you'd like to draw a table, this is table, insert table. So you use the menu table, insert table. And then let us say I would like to have 5 rows and 3 columns. Okay? So it's going to be 5 rows and 3 columns. And let us look at this. Specify width. It will be 100% of the page width. It will take 100% of the browser width. If you like to have it, for example, 80%, let us see and press OK. So actually the problem is by default, the table will have invisible borders. If I would like to have some visible borders, I will tell you how. So this is the table that is 80% of the width of the page. That is a table that is 80% of the width of the page. For example, if you'd like, right-click, table properties. If you like to make it 90% of the width of the page, see, now it is 90% of the width of the page. Sometimes dimensions are mentioned in percentage, and sometimes dimensions are mentioned in pixels. I think dimensions in percentage are more advanced because this will rescale or resize if you use a browser like a big browser on a big screen on the laptop or a browser on a small screen like on your mobile phone. Okay, let us have a look at the code written or generated for the table. Let us go to the code. See, it starts with table, style equal width 90%. Yeah, because now I have selected the width as 90%. And then this table, borders are all invisible. I can teach you how to write a command to make borders visible. If the exam is asking you to make borders invisible, leave it like this. If you'd like to have borders visible, unfortunately, you need to write one piece of code. And SharePoint Designer will also help you to write this. But you need to go to the design, put the pointer beside table, and press space bar. When you press on the space bar, you get a pop-up window with available options. I think I need border. Make border equals 1. Make border equals 1. See, now borders have a thickness of 1 pixel, and this will make them visible. Okay? And then typically, in a typical exam, you will be asked to merge cells. But first, let us look at the code. So TR stands for table row. So this is row. We can split the display. So TR. So for example, this is the first table row. This is the second table row. As you see, and inside a table row, you have TD. TD stands for table data, and this specifies a specific cell. So this is the first row. This is the first cell in the first row, second and third. And this is the second row as you go on. This is very nice because let us try, for example, I will highlight these cells, see, and then right click, modify, merge cells. And let us have a look at the code that will be written. Please notice, before merging the cells, I have 3 cells here. 3 TD, and each DD stands for 1 cell. When you merge, they are only 1 TD, they are only 1 cell. However, this cell is spanning 3 columns. You have column span equals 3 because this cell is spanning 3 columns. Similarly, if you highlight cells like this, right click, modify, merge cells, you will have a cell that is spanning 4 rows. When you merge vertically, it spans rows. When you merge horizontally, it spans across columns. And then you start writing. Okay, let us play with table styles. Actually, I have 2 styles associated with the table. I will go now. Let us close that split screen and let us go now. Let us go now to the style sheet. I would like the table borders to be in red. Let me give the command to make the table border. I will apply this to the style table. Then I will face a little problem. I would like to see that little problem, and then I give the answer to it. But first, let us see it incorrectly. Okay. I go, when you see that star here means it needs saving. I'm very careful to save everything because every now and then I save and preview in browser. See, this is my board table and it is taking 90% of the browser window. If you increase it, decrease it, it is taking 90% of the browser window. Let us go now to the style. And then let us make the style table. Let us make the border solid and red and 5px, 5 pixels thick. I will do a new style and I will call it table. Now I have the style table. I go to borders, table style, I would like it solid. Border width, I would like 5px. Border color, I would like it to be red. Let us look at the code. Table border 5px solid hash FF0000. This is the hexadecimal color code for the red. Let us save and look at the result. Now I have a problem. Let us learn from this mistake. When I applied border to style table, it only appeared as the outside border of my table. I would like inner and outer borders, both of them to be the same. Well, there is something missing. Inner borders are affected by another style called TD. Inner grid lines are affected by a style called TD. Style table only affects the outer border. I would like table and TD, both of them, to be like this. Let me teach you how to make them both the same. Call this style table, comma TD. This is called a group style, and this is efficient. And instead of doing them twice, table, comma TD. So that red solid 5px will be applied both at the same time to the style table and the style TD. Let us save and have a look. Yes. Inner grid lines and outer grid lines. If you'd like them separate, do table alone and TD alone. Let us do them separate now. Let us do them separate. So let me remove this. Okay, so only outside, and let us do a separate TD, new style and a TD. Why do I do a separate TD? Because I would like them different. I would like them different. So border solid, and the width should be 3, and the color, let us make it blue. So save and let us have a look. As you can see, style table affects only the outer border. Style TD affects inner grid lines. If you'd like them the same, you write table, comma TD. Okay, let us have a look at, because borders look really strange. Instead of being a single border, they look like parallel lines. There is a command that I may give in the style table that would collapse. The style is called collapse. That will collapse those borders into a single border. And everything should be done in the style sheet. I will tell you why everything should be done in the separate style sheet. I will do something very soon to make it very clear. Why do I do the separate style? I will go to table, and here the style table, right click, modify style, and then table, border dash collapse, make it collapse. Border dash collapse, make it collapse. So border dash collapse, make it collapse. See, all borders, inner and outer borders, are now collapsed. Okay. Why do you think I shall apply the styles in a separate style sheet? That separate style sheet, we call it the presentation layer. The advantage of having all your styles in a separate file is that you may apply it to multiple HTML files. Let us try this. I have included in my files another website. Let us open it. That J9 Scuba. Let us open it. See, this file has no styles. Now I have an idea. I would like to apply all the styles here to that file. So I have the same theme in this page and that page, because both of them now will belong to the same website. You know, the good thing is that if you go to that file and attach a style sheet, browse, and attach the same style, looks really professional. Why? Because the same styles here are attached to the first web page and the last web page, and both of them, they belong to the same website, and now I have a sense of consistency. Looks really professional. Later, I have to teach you that this file.html is called the content layer. That other file is another content, but in another file. And for both of them, they have the same presentation layer. That same presentation layer is the style sheet, is the CSS file. Whatever change I do in the CSS will reflect here and there. See, the table have the same style. Okay? Okay, we did a bit of styles affecting the table. There are so many, like for example, we can put a background color for that table. Let us put a background color for that table. So we go in here, and this is style table. Let us right click, modify style, and then we go to background and background color. Let us pick up something. I hope they fit together. Let us pick up this, for example, and click OK, and click OK. Let us see. Okay, and it is reflected in both files. I don't know if colors fit together or not, but at least you see the concept. There are so many other ideas in table styles. I will leave them to exam questions. Okay, let us now try with, for example, let us insert pictures and resize pictures, and then we insert hyperlinks and try to study all options available in hyperlinks. And then we conclude basics, HTML basics, and leave the rest for past papers. Let me insert a picture. Actually, I have included here few pictures. This is a fish and this is a pen. I would highly recommend, or definitely all files must be in the same folder. So when you insert a picture, this will be called relative reference. It will only include its name, assuming that the file is in the current folder. This is called relative reference, like in spreadsheets. Okay, let us insert a picture. This button is called Insert Picture. Let us go to the desktop. This is our folder, HTML, and let us insert this picture. When you insert a picture, you get a window that asks for an alternative text. This alternative text may appear if the browser, for example, for very slow internet, failed to download the picture. So also write anything relative or relevant. If the exam specifies the alternative text, I think nowadays they just ask for a relative alternative text. So I call this image of a fish or anything descriptive. See, now the image is inserted. What I want to teach right now is the code written or generated for inserting the image, because I have seen this question in a theory exam asking you to write the code for inserting an image and having an alternative text. Let us go to the code. Look here. Yeah, the code is IMG, the code for inserting the image. We can split. We can split. So when you highlight, so the code starts with IMG. IMG comes from image. Alt equal image of a fish. This is the alternative text I wrote. src means source. src equal j9fish.jpg. This is the file name. Width 4000, height 400, height 100. This is the width and height of the image, the original width and height of the image. So the answer was that. The answer was, and then you close the bracket. Okay? Let us resize the image. When you resize the image, there are two options. You resize the image while keeping the aspect ratio, which means if you change the width, the height has to change proportionally. Let us do this. And the other alternative is that you don't want to maintain aspect ratio. Let's try them both. If you'd like to modify the image, right click and then picture properties and appearance. I would like the width instead of 400 to be 200. See, the height is also divided into half. You can even remove it. Remove the height and only specify the width and leave the browser to calculate the height proportional. Okay, look. Let us put the height also. Let us remove this and put the tick keep aspect ratio. Now it is working. Yeah, it was important to put the tick keep aspect ratio. Okay, so if you would like to resize and give, for example, the width and would like the height to be calculated proportionally, remove it, but you need to tick keep aspect ratio. See the code? Only the width is specified and the height will be calculated proportionally. Okay, let us insert another image. I will insert this image, this 9 pen, N9 pen, and I call it image of a pen. Okay, I would like to resize that image of a pen. However, do not maintain aspect ratio. For example, right click picture properties and appearance. I would like the width to be 100. I will remove keep aspect ratio and make the width 100, leaving the height 300 as it is. And okay, see, the image has changed. However, in the exam, if they ask you for this, you start with a distorted image and now it looks better. Okay, we played a bit with pictures. Let us now do hyperlinks. Maybe there are 5 types of hyperlinks. Let us do them now and study them. I will type some text. I will type here, click here to go to the top of the page. This will be one kind of hyperlink. Click here to open a page in the same window. Click here to open a page in a new window. Click here to visit an external website. Click here to send an email. Okay, I think I only have 5 types or 5 examples of hyperlinks. Let us do them now. I would like, when I click on this, it takes me to the top of the current page. Okay, let us try to do this, but remember, there is one thing missing. I am missing one thing. I would like to click on this, and then it takes me to the top of the page. Let us try to do it, but actually, there is one thing missing. Let me show you the missing part, and then we do it. So highlight on, if you ever would like to insert a hyperlink, click on that button, insert hyperlink. And place in this document. Yeah, I am missing something. I am missing the bookmark. I am missing the bookmark. Okay, let us cancel and first insert a bookmark. I would like to insert a bookmark at the very top of the page. Put the pointer here at the very top of the page and insert bookmark. In the exam, they call it anchor. So they ask you to insert an anchor at the top of the page. You insert a bookmark. When they ask you to insert a bookmark, okay, then it is clear. Then it is a bookmark. Insert bookmark and right top. Okay. The bookmark is invisible. However, you need to study the code for it. The code for it is a name equals quotation top. Why do I need a bookmark? Because if I highlight this and insert a hyperlink and I select place in this document, now I have a bookmark to link to. Let us click OK. See, now it's a hyperlink. If you'd like to see it working, save and preview in browser. See, if you click on this, it takes you to the top. If you click on this, it takes you to the top. Let us also study the code. It is very important to have a look at the code of everything. Click on the code and see href equals quotation hash top. This links to the anchor at the top. Okay, that was one type of hyperlinks. Let us do another hyperlink. I would like, when I click on this, it opens that page. You have two options. Maybe you'd like to open it in the same window, or maybe you like to open it in a separate window. Let us try them both. So highlight on this. Click here to open the page in the same window. And this is hyperlink, existing file or web page, and link to J9 Scuba. Link to J9 Scuba. However, do you want it in the same window or in a new window? I want it in the same window. So please remember to click on that button, target frame, same frame. See the option, the target setting is _self. Okay, okay. Let us play with it. Save, preview in browser. If you open this, it's in the same window and you may back. You open this and you may click on the button back. Okay, that was in the same window. Let us look at the code. Target equal underscore self. So this means in the same window. href means hyperlink reference. j9 scuba.htm. So it is linking to j9 scuba. Okay. Let us do another hyperlink to the same file, however, in a new window, in a separate window. Highlight this. Hyperlink to this J9 scuba. However, target frame, new window. See here, underscore blank. Okay, okay. Save and preview in browser. If you click on this, it opens in a new window or a new tab. Then you cannot click on the button back because this is a separate window. See the difference? With this one, it's in the same window. You may click on back to return. This one opens in a new window. However, it is taken here as a new tab. Okay. Click here to visit an external website. Maybe you'd like to create a link to visit www.amazon.com. Highlight. And hyperlink. Okay. Type in the address bar www.ama. Yeah, this one comes so often. hothouse-design.co.uk. And the question, do you like it to open in a separate window? Target frame, new window. Okay. So this will link to hothouse-design. I don't know if this website even exists. However, this is very popular with Cambridge exams. And see the code, target equal underscore blank, which means it will go to a separate window. href equal www.amazon.hothouse-design.co.uk. This is the URL. And the protocol is HTTP, Hypertext Transfer Protocol. The last kind of hyperlink is very strange. It's a hyperlink to compose an email. I don't know if it will work on my computer or not, but I can apply it and I see the code, and you don't have, and we will try if it works or not. It doesn't matter. We only need to generate the code for it. This is how we get the mark. So sometimes you are asked to send an email. So click here to send an email. Hyperlink, and you choose this email address. Here you write the email address, and here you write the required subject. This is from the history of my solving. These are from the history of my solving. The email address is webdesign@hothouse-design.co.uk, and automatically written before it, mail to. This will be the protocol to compose an email, and the subject will be my question. Save and preview in browser. Let's see what will happen. It wants to run Outlook. Okay, allow. Yeah, working. It opened my email client. There should be an email client, and composed a message with the address to webdesign@hothouse-design.co.uk with the subject called my question. I think it is working fine, but actually you don't have to go through this. You only need to generate the code, and the examiner will see href mail to This is the protocol for sending email, and this is the email address, question mark, subject equal my question. Let me invent one last thing in that introduction, because in recent exams, we have seen videos. We have seen the inclusion of videos. Let me get a video file and put it with my source file. I think that was in 21 November, paper 3. That was an MP4 file. So it's a video file. I will copy this from the source file and put it in my work area. My work area is now HTML. So definitely all files have to be in the same folder in your website. Let us insert the video. The problem is I don't have a button here to insert a video. So it is a little bit long journey. Please remember it. If you'd like to insert, actually, I don't like to go to writing codes. So let us find our way to include a video. Definitely look in the menu insert. If you like to insert something, definitely look in the menu insert. What shall I insert? I will insert a web component. So insert a web component. Then use that last one, advanced control, and that one plug in. Please remember it. So insert web component, go to advanced controls, and then insert plugin and click finish. Okay, now the data source. Browse for this. This is my data source. Message for browsers without plugin support. Some browsers cannot display videos. So it is kind of alternative text, right? The browser cannot display this video. So that if your video cannot run in your browser, the examiner will see this message and award you the mark. Then about the size, height and width. Okay, for example, it will be specified. It will be, sometimes height and width are specified in percentage. I will leave them that now as default and click OK. Yeah, this is supposed to be the video. If you want to see it running, save and preview in browser. But I have something here. I think my browser blocked the video. Internet Explorer restrict this web page from running a script on advanced control. I would advise you to allow blocked content. Now I have my video. Now I have my video. Okay. Okay. So that's it. That's it for basics. And we shall study all the remaining ideas on individual exercises when they come. I hope now web authoring is clear for you. Thank you very much for your attention.